Yeah. Hello, hello, everybody. Happy New Year. We're really happy and excited to be back together as a group. And thank you so much for spending some of your time with us today. And it's really good to be back with this group. It's an amazing group. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Nashley. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Alamesi, for being here
Thank you,
today.
Sharon. Mhm.
So, for those who don't know me, my name is Sharon. I'm based in Melbourne, but today I'm in Perth with Nashley. I'm a digital business owner, and I'm really passionate about helping parents, especially moms, to find work that fits their life. Because time, flexibility, and peace, all those things matter a lot to me in this season, especially. So today we just wanted to have a real conversation about something so many people are feeling. Sometimes you're doing everything. You're doing everything you're meant to do. You're working. You're showing up. You're being responsible, but inside, the way you are working or just living doesn't feel right anymore. So it's not that life is falling apart. It's more life is changing, and the old way of doing things doesn't really fit the same way it used to be. So this is our first life together for the year, and we wanted to start with something honest and relatable. Before we get into it, I wanted to give a warm welcome to you, Alamesi, joining us for the
Thank
first time
you.
today, and
Thank you. Thank
we're
you.
happy to have you with us. So I'll let you briefly introduce yourself, and then I'll come back to you with the first sharing.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Um, good evening, good afternoon to all viewers and wherever you're tuning in from. I'm Alumedi and I'm from Fiji. And I started my business 8 months ago at 61 years old on my birth date. When I turned 61, I started my business, and my biggest why are my grandchildren. And it's been an amazing journey. There's a lot of ups and downs, challenges, and I thank God that I have managed to, go through all those hurdles. And I'm here today, and I'm thankful to Sharon for allowing me to be part of this group today. And I look forward to so many learning in the during this life. Thank you, Sharon.
That's awesome. Thank you. So let's start the conversation from what you've seen or experienced, Alumesi. What usually makes people reach that point where they start rethinking their life or the way they work? Over to
Okay.
you.
So, okay. Thank you, Sharon, for that the question that was given to me. What usually makes people feel like that they need to start over or rethink their life? I will, say it from my perspective. For many people, and even for me, it's just not an overnight thing that I started to think that that I need to change. It has been going on for some times. I do a lot of side hustle, a lot of online work because I need to do something. As we grow, responsibilities increases. There's a lot of things. We have to look after. For those young ones, you have to look after your age parents. And for me, I support my grandchildren, or even for some, they support their children. So life responsibilities increases. And with the 8 to 5 job, sometimes it's not enough for us. And I am retired. I retired in 2019, and I used to do a lot of side hustle. I do other things so that it can sustain me financially. And the other thing that also is that the changing in family needs. And for those who, what worked in our 30s, 40s, it's not working when we reach 50s or 60s, especially the working hours, because 30s you still have all the stamina that you can work for few jobs at a time. You can go and work in the morning here, in the afternoon here, if you do shift works. But when you reach 50 and 60, for me at 60, no, you slow down a little bit. So the long hours, the constant pressure, it started to drain you slowly. And and I was praying at least something to come up. And when then I found this business that came up. And the third thing that I found is the money pressure. That is another big factor. Whether you in Australia or in Canada or in US or UK or in Fiji, the cost of living, it increases every now and again. In Fiji, the cost of our housing, it's millions. When I was in the States, the cost of the houses in the States is just the same as the cost of houses if you want to buy a new house in Fiji.
Mm.
And but the salary, it differs. So everything has increased. So the money pressure also comes in. And the other thing is sometimes, you plan things, but it didn't work out the way you planned it. Because there are things that, that comes and it hinders your plan. Sometimes you plan to do this, but it's discontinued because other things comes up in your life. And then for me, one thing that really it's exhaustion. I burnt out because I was doing few other jobs after I retired. I was doing this, I was trying to do that. When I was in the States, I was trying to do that. And here in Fiji, I do other consultation work. But when I found this digital business, I just have to sit at home and do my attraction marketing, and so that's something that helps me a lot. So for those of you who are being tired of always pushing, always striving, and always sacrificing, you don't think that you have failed because of the way you feel. Sometimes you feel so down, and feeling that way doesn't mean that you have failed. It means that you have grown and you are entering a new season. That's something with me. From last year in April, I entered a new season in my life. And mind you, so many things changed. First thing that changed with me is my mindset. I need to change the way I looked at things. My perspectives has to change altogether. And I need those things so that I will be able to carry on. And it took me 8 months, and then I leveled up, to the next level, to the third level. So for me, it really, because what shall I say? From that 8 months, I'm so thankful that, I'm entering a new season. This is a new season that I'm entering that helps me a lot. And now I'm only sitting at home and doing my live and my posting, which I need to level up this year. That's my word for this year, is to level up. And yeah, that's all I wanted to share now, Sharon. And to those who are listening, if you think that that sounds like you, maybe you can just type in the comment you need a new season, so that you are not alone. We are here to help you out in this new season. Thank you, Sharon.
Oh,
Great.
amazing. Amazing. That's great. Exciting season for you. Thank you for sharing that. I think a lot of people listening can relate. So most people don't wake up wanting to change, everything. They wake up just tired, tired of carrying more responsibilities. Thank you for sharing that, pushing and things not working out. So yeah, that's often where people start thinking differently. So when life starts feeling like that, work often plays a big role, I find. And that was fantastic. Thank you for that. So, Anita, I would love for you to share next your thoughts on how work affects how people feel about themselves when you're ready.
Yes. So, Sharon, there are a lot of areas that the people start thinking about when they are in this season. This is the season of gratitude. This is the end of the year, starting of the new year. People are in gratitude. They are thinking about their family. They are coming together. um, I have seen people, traveling to their families so that they can be together and spend some time together, slow down, and try to think about what happened last year, and then where are they, as far as their health goes, their family goes, their relationship goes, as far as their finances goes. So all these things, they try to reevaluate themselves, that where they are, which level they are, and they think about future, that where they want to be, what is going to be their next level. So in this season, some people are, thinking, reevaluating, and wanting to do something if they are not satisfied. As you can see that, the it looks like we are in a recession, that everything is so expensive, whatever. So when we were young, we were told to go to school, get a degree, and you are good to go. After you have your degree, professional degree, you're good to go. But when you see nowadays that the situation is like everything is so tight, everybody's cutting corners. It is hard to pay your bills and then put food on the table. Okay, so people really think that whether they spend this amount of money in putting towards their health insurance or putting the food on the table. So it's so hard. It's very expensive, and being a nurse practitioner, that's what I have seen people, neglecting their health because they can't afford it. So expensive. So in this situation, people try to, those people who live far away from their family, loved ones, they are thinking that what can they do that will keep them closer to their family, rather than traveling and coming once a year to see their family. And this is not enough for them. As far as the work goes, they are, whatever they are making, that's not enough for them. So that opens up more avenues for them to see what can work in this situation. So as we see that what we are taught is not working, there are more things coming up, as far as online things, as far as AI things. And it's going so fast that people are thinking that their jobs are going to be replaced by AI, and they're not going to have the job that is paying them right now. So people are thinking about different things to evaluate and try. They are ready to take risk because they are thinking about their future, as what they're going to do, what's going to happen. Everything is unknown. So people are really, really thinking hard about it. And in this situation, our business, our digital attraction marketing business is a great opportunity. Anyone can join it. We give you complete training. You will get commission whenever you have a new business partner. And we are transparent. We can give you all the information, details, and you can ask as many questions you want. We have a online community that you can enter and ask questions to them. You can see our checks. You can see our W-2s, that we are, a taxable, legitimate business. So, in this era of, taking risk and coming into online situation, you want to evaluate everything before you get into something, because you don't want to lose your money. It's a hard earned money, whatever you have, and you want to make more money out of it, not lose it, right? So, that's what I want to offer everybody here, that this is a season where you are thinking about going forward, trying to do something on the side to make some extra income, to have your, have something for the rainy days. You never know. The life throws curveball every time. You are not ready. Your car breaks down, somebody gets sick, you have medical bills. life is very unpredictable, so we have to be ready for all those things. And if anybody wants to connect with us, you have our websites there. You can connect to us through our Facebook and different social media platforms. Back to you, Sharon.
Thank you, Anita. That's great. A lot of nuggets there. I
Sure.
I understand what you mean. That work just takes away, so much time and energy, and there's so little left for yourself or your family or whatever you want to do. And yeah, when that doesn't feel right, it's difficult. So even when people feel that shift, choosing something different isn't always easy. So I'll move on to you, Benny. From your experience, why do you think so many people feel scared or guilty about changing direction?
Hi, thank you, sis Sharon, for that question. For those who doesn't know me yet, I am Bernadette, originally from Baguio City, Philippines. I am now living here in Canada as an early childhood educator, and of course, a proud digital business owner. Thank you for the question. So, why do people feel guilty or scared to choose something different? The only and the most part would be worrying about what others will say. So that's what they are so scared of. They are so much into what would their family, that would be the first thing. What would my family say about this? Or your close friends, your relatives. And there's so much in there, like they are so scared and fear, having that fear inside them that, whoa, I don't want to make change because I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be something will say, of course, family will say and will always say something for us when we do things out, when we change things out. And of course, that kind of feeling of starting again, like you did it before and then you do it another time. And you have that fear of, should I do it or should I not? So there's so much in you, that fear of rejection, those judgment from other people. Like what would other people say? Like here now, we have this platform, social media platform. You will always think and you will always say like, should I do it or should I really uh, go into it? But because you will always say like, oh, I don't want them to see me, or I don't want to be have a lot of mistake in doing this. And you know what, there's so much that keeps on bugging us. So what our family will say, the fear of failing, that's one part too. So if I do this, what would be the result? So you have a lot of things that into your mind. You are overthinking. You are ahead of time, ahead of what is ahead of you. So it's just like, you never do it yet, and yet you have a lot of things into your mind already. So those fears and those self-doubt, especially those self-doubt, at some point you will feel like, can I really do this? Can I really have the guts to do it is in public, in social media? So those are the things that you will really be looking forward to. That's why there's so many people not choosing something different, because for them, like being judged of, you've done nothing yet, but deep within you it is self-sabotaging. It's like, should I really do it? You have so many fears inside and you even haven't tried it yet. So there's a lot that it's into yourself. So the best part there would be the fear inside you that is impeding your growth, your way to that success, your biggest dreams. Those are the things that you stop from coming in. When you have those fears, it stop you from everything, because it will be just totally like, you would be stagnant. You will be there doing nothing. So what's the good part is choosing differently doesn't mean dropping all responsibilities. It means choosing what supports your life better. So, what does this mean? I am doing this digital business with me because of my whys. I only have three whys: my family, that's the topmost, myself, and my church community. So, with those whys, they are bigger than my fears. That's why I'm venturing into this business, because I know you choose and have that leap of faith and making into action. Sometimes you need to have that faith plus action. That's the formula of success. And for you not to self sabotage, there is more to life, there is more to more to life itself. So don't let those fears and doubts pull you back. Back to you, Sis Sharon.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Betty. And I always say, sometimes you worry about, like what you're saying, you worry about what others will say, but whether you do something good or bad, people will still say something. So
Exactly.
why not just, yeah, do
You
what
cannot
you
stop
like
them.
to, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. That's true. So many nuggets on there. A lot of people do carry, all that quietly, worrying about what others will think or feeling. They have to keep going just because they started something, even if it's not working. So, but wanting something different is often just a sign that, people are paying attention to their life. And
Mhm.
when someone finally feels they are ready to move forward, it doesn't always mean it has to be something huge or dramatic, or change something drastically. So last but not least, I will go to Nashley. And Nashley, from your experience, what helps people take those next steps when they are ready?
Oh, thank you so much, Sharon. Hey, everybody. I'm Ashley from Perth, and thank you for tuning in. Those who are watching and those who are going to watch our replay. I'm excited so much to be here. But like the question posed, so what I do find is people don't just start when life is falling apart for them. People actually change sometimes when they've just simply outgrown the person they were before. Sometimes you simply were a different person 5 years ago into today. There's so much experiences and life things that you go through that you then turn out result changing into a new person, a version that you then didn't even know that existed, things that you fear to look back, you're like, what was I doing 5 years ago? I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew exactly what I was doing, working those endless hours, missing family moments, not being there for family when they actually are going through, say, battling cancer, or the life changing moments for people who are very close to heart. So those are certain things that I actually look at, and I find it worthy of reasons that we all sometimes go through different things that then make you look at life different, and you simply say, look, I'm ready for change. I'm done counting and waiting and betting myself on small minor things that I could possibly be bigger, but then you keep staying in that comfort zone because it simply feels familiar and you don't want to step out of it. So sometimes, like, I think all of you ladies have given so much nuggets in this. I'm blessed from just being in this group because
Yeah.
I've had to listen to each of you
Yeah.
explain different things to me. And sometimes fear is just what protects us from being scared of doing something new, something you haven't done and explored. So you then think it's only one way to do, which is staying in that same space. But if it feels like it's no longer you and it doesn't serve you or your purpose or your vision and your goals, you gotta step out of it. You only have yourself to count on, and no one comes to drag you, or no one is gonna come knocking to say it to you. But when it just doesn't feel right, you sometimes also just, the first starting point for me, I think, is just being true to myself and letting myself know that, look, actually, the systems we had in place that I've known the last 20 years of my life are simply not the ones that are working for me now. I knew that I'm tired of working for for someone in building someone else's dream. Just letting myself know as well that being in that space was only making me feel smaller and smaller. And I felt like it's a light that is being dimmed. and so much hopes and aspirations were just sort of just dreading away because nothing else was making sense. So reminding yourself that if things are not working anymore, change is necessary. Change is not cruel. You're not in pain because you're simply, clinging on to the past. Allow yourself for growth. Allow yourself to, I guess, change in season of, whether some people you've lost along the way, friends, friendships, or certain jobs that just don't work in this moment and in this season of 2026. Allow yourself for that change, accept it, embrace it. And I'm not saying you instantly change overnight because look, we are human. We are set in our ways, and what you've known sometimes it's not something you can click a finger and it goes. You got to work on it, consistency, and also just reminding yourself, like, look, it's like heading to the gym. You don't work by tonight and tomorrow you have abs, or you're fitter. You gotta keep going. You gotta, it means
Little
a day at
steps.
a time. Those steps gets you closer to that dream, gets you closer to that person you want to become. And when you have people in the whole community helping you go through it, it just makes more sense because you are not alone. And in this year, in 2026, I advise, my last message would be, look at those things, see what works for you. If certain things are not serving you, allow yourself to change. Don't be small for other people or to make other people feel good about you, but rather allow yourself to be like a flower, and see the world as bigger as it is, and be that best version of yourself. And we keep going in this year. So, amen to that. And I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much, Sharon, for this time.
Oh, fantastic. That's amazing. Thank you for that, Ashley. I love that because it shows that moving forward can start with simple, small, intentional choices, choosing flexibility, learning skills, and finding work that actually fits, like Ashley said, around what you're doing or around your life. I think today's conversation really shows that feeling unsure is normal, and life doesn't have to feel like a burden all the time. For us, all of us here, finding an online business gave us more flexibility,
So,
options in the season of life. We're not saying it's the only way, but we're saying it's what's worked for us. So if anything we share today, you think, or if you have questions, you feel free to message us on of our pages. And if you'd like to learn more, you can always message us and we can get in touch with you. Normally the ladies have their websites written on there. So what you can do, if you click on Google, you look up the website, go to the website, put in your name and your email in there, and you will be registered for a free webinar that explains to you how this system works. It gives you an overview and it will give you an idea whether this is something you can take up. And I always say, even if you think you can't take it up, we were all like that when we started. It's so simple. Everything is laid out in simple English, step by step. And we have the bigger community, even smaller communities, to sort of like sit with you and go through things if you can't understand them. And we have our training site, it's in all languages. So even if English is not your first language, the training site, you simply go on it and convert it to your own language, and you will be able to get everything clearly. So yeah, feel free to message any of the ladies on here and with any questions you've got. And we are so happy you were here with us today. It was an exciting conversation. Thank you, ladies. And we hope to catch everyone soon. If anyone, I'm not sure if anyone who, I think we might leave it there for today, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
we've had a bit of time on there. All right, then. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for joining us.
Bye. See you next week.
next
Yes,
time.
see ya. God bless.